Hello, beautiful people. If you are new here, my name is Jo. So I've been back on BookTube for about a year now, and one thing that I have never done, even back in the day, was a rating scale video. And I've just been pretty much going solely off of vibes, and I have realized that that's probably not the best way to do it since I talk about books on here. So I have made a rating scale. It's right here. I've got a list of what each star rating means. I'm gonna try my best in the future to stick to this rating scale so that if you see I give a book a 3-star, you'll know exactly what the fuck that means, baby. Starting from the very bottom, if I DNF a book, I do not rate it on Goodreads. I do not rate it in my videos. I will probably mention that I DNF'd it, but I will not be rating it just because I didn't finish the book. I don't give a star rating to things that I didn't finish. I think that makes sense. If I give a book 1 star, that means I pretty much hate read that motherfucker. That means I hated the characters, I hated the plot, I hated the whole thing. I can't remember the last 1 star that I gave. I can normally see some redeeming qualities, but if I gave it 1 star, there's nothing, okay? 1.5 stars, I can kind of see how someone would like it. If, you know, I turn my head a little bit and I close one eye and then I close the other eye. Yeah, I can see it. It could also be because I just feel bad and I don't want to give it a full ass 1 star. That is also very rare. Let's move right along to 2 stars. I've had 1 2-star this year, I think. A 2-star read for me is something that I probably should have DNF'd. I didn't hate read it necessarily. I can definitely see why somebody would like it, but it is very far in the not for me category. I probably enjoyed a couple of aspects of the book, but the majority I absolutely just did not like. That means like a really main plot point, whether that be a relationship or a character, was not my cup of tea. If it's on my shelf, I will definitely be unhauling it. And if it's a series, I will not be continuing on with that motherfucker, okay? A 2.5 stars is I didn't like it, but I would probably be open to reading another book by the author. If it's in the middle of a series, I may continue. I remember that I gave one of the Black Dagger Brotherhood books a 2.5, I think. I think it was Butch's book. I fucking hated that book. But I'm pretty sure I gave it a 2.5 stars, and I'm still planning on continuing that series. A 3-star read is pretty much middle of the road. You got the 1s and the 2s over here on the bad side and the 4s and the 5s on the good side. 3 stars is just there. It's average. I didn't dislike it, but I also didn't actively like it. I didn't have any glaring issues with it. It's definitely a book that is forgettable in most aspects. It didn't stand out in any way, good or bad. I will absolutely 100% forget the characters' names in my wrap-up. I will have to look them up. A 3-star is something that I would cautiously recommend, but it wasn't a favorite. A 3-star is something that I could definitely see somebody else rating 5 stars or 1 star, depending. 3.5 stars is where we start to get into the I actively enjoyed it. I probably got bored in some bits and pieces of it, or there were some minor issues that kind of built up over time. 3.5 stars is kind of like I enjoyed it, but a lot of the books that I read, I rate either 3.5 or 4 stars. Overall, I have positive feelings about it. A 4-star is where we're getting somewhere. A lot of the books that I read that I really, really like, I rate 4 stars. A 4-star for me means that I actively enjoyed reading this book for the vast majority of the time. I was definitely engaged. It's better than an average read. There's probably some very minor things that could have been done better that I would nitpick about, but nothing too major. 4.5 stars is a book that is so close to a 5 that it hurts my heart, but there's just something that kept me from giving it a 5. Probably going to show up in a recommendations video or a favorites video or some sort of tag that I'm doing. A 4.5 is a great book, but there's always something very nitpicky that I didn't like or didn't vibe with, but probably would vibe with somebody else. And then we get to the 5 stars. If I rate a book 5 stars, then that means I enjoyed the entirety of it. If I wanted to, I could nitpick little gritty, nasty things that I thought could have been better, but I liked the way that they were done in the book by the author anyway. A 5 is emotion that I feel in my bones. Like, I am attached to these characters. I am attached to this plot. I am physically involved in the story, which pretty much means that I'm either sobbing, laughing my ass off, smiling, etc. A lot of the times with 5-star reads, I need a little bit of a break afterwards to kind of recoup because I feel emotionally drained after reading them because I am so into it. Also, a lot of the times I feel like I have to contemplate and think about and go back and reread scenes or take notes because I'm a big note taker when I'm reading. It's my English major heart. I can't help it. If I don't own the hard copy of a 5-star book, I will buy the fucking hard copy immediately. A lot of the times I know what book is going to be 5 stars around like 50% of the way into it. So I will already have bought the book and it's already at my house. So there we go. The very last kind of step that we have is the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stars. I very rarely get these books. My most recent one for me was Consider Me by Becca Mack. Last year it was Manacled by Sin-Lin Yu. These books are books that I just can't get enough of. These are books that I constantly think about. I actively throughout my day can't wait until I get home so I can sit on my ass and pick up that book again. And in these 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 star reads, the characters for me feel like real life. I feel like they're my friends. I feel like I want to hop into the story and have a conversation with them. With these reads, there is absolutely nothing that I would change. I loved every word. Every word is liquid gold. A lot of the times with these books, I get emotional just thinking about them. I'm telling you, bitch, I am a crier. So that was my rating scale. I'm gonna try to keep to this in the future so that if you see me give a book a certain rating, you will know exactly what the fuck that means. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. I hope you have a fan-fucking-tastic day, gorgeous, and I will see you next time.